this song. I do? Well, let's do it then. Please release me, let me go. Oh, I don't love you anymore.
Flashback to the early 1960s, to stomping shoes, Brill Cream, stovepipe jeans, and Ford's XK Falcon Deluxe. The Falcon was the car that made Ford in Australia. Finally, the company had a vehicle that could take on Holden. This new Lightning Bolt recolor from TRAX recalls the era perfectly. A fresh look, contemporary styling, perfectly suited to a swinging new decade of Beatles, Lovins and the generation gap. Alongside the Falcon, the new FB and EK Holdens looked a little dated, but these brand new Holden Utes from TRAX will rekindle memories of hay carting and grocery deliveries in 1960 and 61. As the FB's brochure said, handsome, good looks and graceful styling, it's also at home on social occasions.
These beauties literally delivered us into a new decade. The XK Falcon, the FB and EK Holden Utes are great examples of how TRAX captures a pivotal period in our automotive history. If you own all three, you can demonstrate the Ford versus Holden argument to your mates and family well into the night.
The 70s were, let's face it, all over the place. Ladies' hems were up and down, guys' pants were flared, high-waisted, checkered, washed, stoned, and everything in between. It was a crazy decade, and if you were caught up in it, you probably have no memories of it whatsoever. Who knows? These new releases from TRAX might rekindle all kinds of mental flashbacks. Remember Holden's Sandman? Don't come a-knockin' if the vans are rockin'. The Sandman was perfect for those lazy coast drives looking for the next wave. Your whole life could be lived out of and inside this beauty. It's safe to say that the HZ Sea Witch from 1977 was responsible for quite a few Aussies, now in their 20s, being born. The brochure summed it up nicely. The Sandman's always been a real goer. And another real goer from the late 1970s was the VB Commodore. TRAX is releasing the Ultra Goer of this model in this spicy racing version from 1978, the year of the Commodore's birth, and the beginning of a highly successful, enduring family of Holdens.
Keep on rocking.
But Ford was definitely not standing still in the 70s, and it fought a neck-and-neck duel with Holden right through the decade. Later this year, TRAX will honour the XDs of 1979 to 1982 with the release of a van and a ute. Very fitting, really, because it was Ford that invented the ute in Australia back in 1934. So get those taste buds wetted for the vehicles that celebrate the era when Ford proudly boasted, "Ford Australia, we're moving with you."
Keep on rocking.
And while we're on the subject of moving, let's glide way past the 80s and into the 90s, into another Ford slogan, built tough for Australia. To relive that toughness, TRAX will soon release a superb model of the XH Falcon Ute. Look out for it soon. The XH was a long-awaited total overhaul of Ford's mainstay Ute. It brought sedan comfort and handling to this vehicle, which was streets ahead of its imported rivals.